Hello everybody, I'm here to talk to you about my half marathon experience, my training, and some tips that I have for you guys. I had a few requests for this video, so I hope you really enjoy this. So I'm going to start out first with my experience. So yesterday I ran a half marathon. I ran the B.A.A. half, which is in Boston, and I loved it. We got these shirts and they're pretty snazzy. They've just got the logo and then it says B.A.A. half. As far as the race goes, it was an incredible experience. I got to run through amazing scenery and I thoroughly enjoyed racing. It was a great experience. I used to do cross country in high school and track in high school, and we would have races all the time. I want to recap the race. So I was really nervous at first. I don't know why. I had this preconceived idea that the start of the race was going to be really unorganized, but it was actually really well organized. There weren't as many participants as I thought there would be, so it wasn't overwhelming at all. As far as my time, I was able to run it in 1 hour, 46 seconds, and 58 milliseconds or microseconds. I don't know what it is, but yeah, 1 hour, 46 seconds, which I'm extremely proud of because let me tell you, if you know me, there's always gotta be something that goes wrong. So I start running, I ran my first 5 miles in 30 minutes and 19 seconds. So I was pretty much flying. For me, I was flying. In my training, I usually would not run long runs in a 7:30 mile pace. So I was going pretty fast for the first 5 miles. And then all of a sudden, around the 6th mile or 7th mile, I started to get a pain in my foot. I convinced myself somehow that it was fine, and I just kept running. The last 3 miles were pretty difficult, and in fact, at the 10-mile mark, I had a time of 1 hour 19 seconds. The last 3 miles were the hardest part for me. I was running really slowly. Well, at least it felt like I was running so slowly, and I felt like my legs were just so heavy. After I finished, I literally could not walk, and I realized that I think I have tendinitis because I was repeatedly running, of course, for a long period of time. And tip number 1, do not run with shoes that are worn out, because I've been training for this race since April, so my shoes have got a lot of mileage in them, so they have at least 350 miles on that shoe, and you're supposed to replace them every 350. So I should have really replaced my shoes a month ago to run this race. But I didn't, so now I'm suffering the consequences, and I have tendinitis. It's a little swollen, it's a little hard to walk. I've been icing it 3 times a day for 20 minutes. Or that's my plan, to ice it 3 times a day, because it just occurred that I have tendinitis. So I'm going to try to ice it as much as possible, wear super good shoes, because I want to get rid of this tendinitis as soon as possible. I want to keep myself active, and I'm really bummed because I was supposed to run a 5K this weekend, and I'm definitely not going to because I am not experimenting with tendinitis. I've had it before in the past, and it took a while to get rid of, so I'm babying my ankle right now. I think I have peroneal tendinitis, so that's right under the ankle. I think I pronounced it right. I probably didn't, but whatever. And so, yeah, so for a majority of my run, I was running with this pain, and if any of you have tendinitis, you know it's painful. But somehow, magically, I convinced myself that I was, just being a wimp. And I just pushed forward, and I finished in under 150, which was my goal. So the biggest question I get asked was, what was your training schedule? What was your training plan? How did you train? And all this jazz. How can I train? And the truth is, I can't give anyone a training plan. You are your own individual, and I couldn't even give myself a training plan. I usually do map out where I want to be every week, but depending on the week, depending on how I feel, I adjust my runs to my body. I've been running for most of my life, so I've had experience with training before. So I really knew what to do. And so I started out really slow. In the months of April to June, July, I would run 4 miles, 3 or 4 miles every day, every other day, whatever. Then in July, August, I was able to increase my runs to 6 miles. So I went from 3 to 4, then 5, then 6, and this was a very gradual process. In August, I was able to get a lot of mileage in during that month, and I was able to go from 6 miles to 8 miles. So it was these little increases that really helped me. And then finally, in the month of September, 1 month before my race, I started going from 8 miles to 10 miles. Now, I wouldn't run 8 or 10 miles every single run. I would actually just do a base of 6 miles. So 6 miles was always my minimum, and I would always do 6. But then maybe once a week, I would mix it up and do 10 miles, maybe on a Saturday or Sunday, or 8 miles on a Wednesday, but I would never run more than 2 long runs in a week. 3 weeks before my half marathon, I ran 13 miles just as a little taste tester kind of thing, and I did really well. And then I started to bring down the mileage, so I capped my runs at 8 miles, I believe, and then I tapered down quite a bit for the week before my marathon, half marathon. I literally didn't run 3 days before yesterday, so before my race, I did a few laps around the field. I actually warmed up twice. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. If you have any more questions, leave them down below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a little bit of insight on my experience and my training. And if you guys are running any races, leave them down below. I want to know. Thank you so much for watching, and check out my latest recipe video. It's pumpkin pie oatmeal. It's so good. I keep having it every day. It's like amazing, and I can't get over it. So definitely check it out. Click right here for the recipe video. Bye!